Hey guys, in this video I'll be talking about the DJI Mavic 4 Pro. This is the creator combo with the DJI RC Pro 2 controller. I'll be doing a quick unboxing and kind of talk about this, not in a lot of detail, but I'll cover a little bit. So let's check it out. So I'll give you a little history about this. At the time the DJI came out with this product, I was so gung-ho about wanting to buy it. Unfortunately, it was the unicorn sighting that I had, and unfortunately I didn't go for it, and boom, it disappeared on me. So again, had a lot of stuff going on, couldn't buy it at the time, and unfortunately now all these regulations and DJI bans that are going on, and the fact that DJI really realistically is more about not selling in the US has made it an incredible challenge to buy this product. So I'll cover some unboxing, but I'll kind of tell you a little bit about the story on this. Again, I finally found a place to buy this. Now, to help you out, there are different places you can go to. You can go to like eBay, you can go to, I noticed Newegg also sells them, and you can also look at this through Amazon. And I'll cover some of those things. I think I'll probably give you guys a little bit about that later on. I've got to look at my notes here because I've got a lot to cover. Yep, I will cover that a little bit later. But let's do the unboxing of this product. First off, I like the bag. It's pretty nice. It's got a nice little detail here, DJI logo, Mavic right here. It looks a lot like the Mavic, or I should say the Air 3 case. You have this little pull piece here that opens it up. On the back here, you've got the shoulder strap. That looks pretty nice. It's got some cushioning that's really good. Looks like you've got this so that if you're traveling, that kind of slides into your travel bag handle, which is, or travel case handle, suitcase handle, I should say. And then you've got a nice little handle here. It's pretty rugged. This is very nice quality. And let's see how this opens up. Oh, there we go. The only thing I see that's maybe a drawback is the fact that looking at this, there's no zipper. And I think if it's raining, that's the only possible downside. Not really bad, but would have been nice if it was more sealed. Hey, but that's okay. So let's look at the stuff that's in here. All right. So before I get into all the other bits and pieces of this product, I do want to cover the nice quality bag that we've got here. Definitely, it's very roomy. You've got a zipper compartment up here. Nice suede-like material actually is what it is. And inside here, you've got lots of slots. Oh, there's something here down here as well. I almost forgot. Oh, the power adapter. So that's great. We'll talk about that one as well in a minute. And so there's a lot of, it's a little flap here that's in here. And that's where that power adapter was. But yeah, there's a lot of space here. You also have another pocket here, and like I said, plenty of space here. So nice bag. Oh, there's some side pockets here as well. Looks like it's got a stretchy part. Got the same on this side. So yeah, it's a decent bag. I personally like hard cases, but I do have a hard case that I'll do a separate video on. But yeah, pretty nice bag. All right, let's look at a few things here. Look at what's in this box. Oh, I've got a problem. This came, again, it's where you're buying this. This came with a not a non-US AC plug, so I will have to find something that works better than that. So that's probably, that's something you're going to have to look at when you're buying the DJI Mavic 4 Pro. It does not come with necessarily, it may come with all the adapters, or may come with just one adapter. In my case, this is what it has. Although the type of connector, I think I can find one to substitute for this, but that's something to keep in mind. Let me see what else we've got here with this. Again, this is the Creator Combo, and does come with some stuff. Oh, yeah, you've got some propellers here. Looks like you got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of propellers. And of course that is handy because yes, there's going to be challenges here along the way trying to get parts. I think having this, well, we'll leave that aside. Having some spares is not a bad thing. Let's see what else we can cover. Now this does come with a power adapter, and this is the connector that goes to the charging hub. And yeah, I'm most definitely gonna have to look for another power cord, which, like I said, I know I have one lingering in one of my boxes. But this is the power adapter, 240 watt power adapter. And it is good in that it allows for you to charge your batteries pretty quick. I believe you can charge all 3 in about an hour is what I'm seeing. And there is a USB-C port here. I'm assuming that's so you can plug other stuff and charge them using this same power adapter. So that's one part here. Let's see here. Let's look at the, oh, and this looks like a data, USB-C high-speed data cable. So yeah, and you can tell because of the little orange here kind of gives it away, but definitely it's not, you know, a rinky-dink thin USB-C cable. This is really nice. So that's another thing that does come with it. You know, unlike the other drones, this one actually is pretty good because it does come with a power adapter, so I think that's kind of cool. Although I don't have that cord, but like I said, I've got something somewhere. Now let's look at the charging hub here. Really nice. Oh, this is just a packing material. So you do have 3 batteries. It does come with 3 batteries, being that this is the Creator Combo. It does have that multiple batteries, which is nice. And like I said, you've got your connector here for the charging hub, so that this is keyed to this here. I believe that looking at this USB-C here, I believe you can charge this. If you want slow charge, I guess you could do that, but I think I'd use the power adapter for quick charging. And just so you know, the Mavic 4 batteries compared to the Mavic 3, they're not interchangeable. So if you've got Mavic 3 batteries, they will not work on this guy, nor will these work on the Mavic 3. These are strictly just for the Mavic 4. I did order an extra one, so I'll see how that goes, but it's nice that you've got 3 batteries. Now you're getting about 51 minutes of flight time per battery. So if you think about it, that is a lot of time. And realistically, you're probably looking at about 40-ish minutes of flight time with the battery, even though it says it'll do up to 51 minutes. Actually, in all reality, you're looking at about 40-ish type minutes here for each battery. But even then, that's a lot of time. And again, this is it is heavy, by the way, but this is a nice rugged case. Let's look at the Mavic 4 Pro. Now, because this is the Creator Combo, the Mavic 4 Pro does come with 512 gigs of storage, and so that's really cool. That will definitely allow you to record quite a bit. This is a very, very big drone. And that's expected. You know, I expected that much, and I really like it, but it's got a cool look to it. Even with this here, just looks alien, kind of really slick. And of course, the battery's not in here. You do have 3 batteries here, and one of them, of course, is what goes on the drone itself. And again, this is essentially like a muzzle to me. And the way you remove that, you've got it down here and it locks in up here. But you start by undoing it down here at the bottom and then work that off the drone. So there you have it. It's really light. It's kind of a thin plastic, so I don't know how durable this might be, but you know, even then it's nice and light. I do like that. Like I said, it really has that alien look. So we'll look at that later. There's some information here about align yellow parts as shown before installation. Oh, so what it's saying here in this notes here is that when you have this here, you align the gimbal here so that it aligns with this part here when you're putting this on. So you just got to make sure that when you do that, you align things accordingly. Really nice design, nice dark look. I do like that. Looks like the labels are more laser etched or something like that into the metal here, so that's kind of cool too. You got your downward sensors and cameras, so all that's really slick. The propellers, man, these are long. To be honest, they are definitely longer propellers. They don't have a smooth finish at the tips or at the edges, but that's okay. Oh, you've got the other cameras on the top here. That's essentially the part of the active track 360 degree obstacle avoidance is what we're looking at. Let me see here. I'm gonna put a battery in here, and if you were to open this up, it really opens up. This is big. So that locks it in place here. Back here, I'm noticing you've got a USB-C. That's so that you can transfer from the storage over to your computer. You also have a micro SD slot here so that if you want to use a micro SD card, you could as well. So that's kind of nice. Got some vents back here, more vents on the side here. And I'm told that when you, I forgot which leg it was, but one of these legs, when you open it, it actually automatically powers your drone up. So that's kind of a quick start, which is kind of nice. The other cool thing, if I can get this to point up, there we go. So here is the main thing about this drone that I really wanted to get my hands on. You've got three cameras here. You've got a 28mm equivalent 4/3 CMOS Hasselblad camera. It's about 100 megapixels with 6K 60 frames per second HDR video capability. You've got a 70mm 1/1.3-inch CMOS medium telecamera, and that one's about 48 megapixels. It's a 4K 60 frames per second HDR video as well. You also have on the third one, which is a longer distance one, it's a 168mm equivalent 1/1.5-inch CMOS telecamera as well. It's a 50 megapixel camera, 4K over 60 frames per second, HDR video as well. And then you've got the gimbal itself. It is a 360 degree rotation camera. In actuality, it's about 440 degrees if you look at it, but it does a great job for special effects. I can't wait to try that out myself. So you've got the DJI Mavic 4 Pro logo here, and if you look on this arm right here, the right arm, or depends which way you're looking at it, this is the LiDAR stuff for the essentially for the mapping of the environment, and it adds to the collision avoidance that the drone is capable of doing. Now, these are pretty sturdy, nice, rugged, and so are the arms themselves. It's pretty rugged overall. But yes, really, really nice drone. This is a big camera gimbal setup. If you notice here, you've got some rotations, left and right, up and down, so it's really nice. Very nice overall. Material's nice, the color's beautiful. I definitely like this. And I'm glad I was able to get a hold of this unicorn, the infamous unicorn, but it is fantastic. Now, let me cover some additional highlights. You do have DJI 04 Plus video transmission, which is great for the ability to go longer distances, though, you keep in mind you want to be line of sight. You also have, again, I talked about the active track 360 degree, which is nice for if you're going in tight spots. You want to protect your drone. This one, I know it's going to get even more challenging getting parts. I'm hearing that they're not gonna uh, they're gonna ban more than just a drone. I think that even parts and stuff are going to be looked at as things that we may not be able to get. You also have 16 stops of dynamic range with a Hasselblad camera. And we're going to talk about the RC Pro 2 in a little bit. I kind of like that one, kind of get into some details about that. You also have again, that obstacle avoidance or obstacle sensing. It is omnidirectional. And again, like I said, you've got the LiDAR on the side here as well, which is a nice added technology to this drone. And another nice thing about this drone is that the fact that this camera rotates and everything, you can actually do both landscape, which is the norm, and also portrait if you wanted this. And this will actually flip. And in fact, with the controller, it'll do that as well. So let me get into the controller a little bit more here, which we haven't talked about. This is another reason why I wanted to get this drone, because I wanted to get, even though you can buy this controller separate, I wanted to get it with this controller. And the price is crazy with this controller. And you're looking at add-ons because, again, it's hard to get a hold of. And in my case, I was able to get this through the US, although it didn't come with a US-based plug. Like I said, I can take care of that issue. I really wanted it could be called RC2 Pro or RC Pro 2 controller. But what's really nice about this, unlike the other one, there's a number of things, and I'll kind of get into that. One, right off the bat, is the size of this screen. It is a nice larger screen compared to the RC2 controller, and so I kind of like that. That's one reason I really wanted to get this. And it also has like 2,000 nits for the screen, which essentially what that is like you've got more lighting so that when you're in the sun outside, you're going to be able to see this screen a little bit better. And also, this screen is adjustable, and I like the way you open this. Look at this. Boom. That is slick. Now, it does have a standby function so that when you open this, it'll turn on immediately, which is kind of a nice function of this controller. I definitely do like that. And another thing too, and I won't get into a lot of this detail here, mainly this is more for unboxing, kind of cover a little bit of the things that the product comes with. But when you rotate this here like that, now you're going to see your screen in vertical mode. And at the same time, it will actually rotate the gimbal over here to portrait mode. So that's kind of a slick that you don't have to push a button or something to make that happen. You can just pretty much just rotate the screen and you're already vertical. Now, this screen is adjustable. Like I said, you can rotate it like this and adjust it like that. So along with the 2,000 nits of lighting that the screen has, you also have the ability to rotate this, and that way you're not getting the sun glare on your screen. So that's kind of a nice thing to have. You have the usual buttons here for the different modes, cinematic, normal, or sports speed, or modes. So that's kind of nice. You got the little indicator for power and everything. So that's the same as the other one. The return to home kind of thing is here. You also have a 5D button here to go left, right, up, down. And you have this other new rotating button, which lets you go through some of the menus, and I'll have to try that out too as time goes on. And another thing too that I really like about these, sticks here for the control is that you don't have to unscrew them. So when you close this, they actually fold. If you can see here, as soon as I get ready to close this, they fold in. That is fantastic. I think that is great. I just had my moments where I've dropped the sticks when I'm trying to get them on there while I'm out in the field, and I had one where I had to go look for it. I had the hardest time trying to get a hold, trying to find it in the rocks and dirt that was there. And then here's some other things to look at. You've got something that's new. Now you've got a HDMI port, a large HDMI port here. You've got your USB-C here, and you've got a micro SD card. Though on board, the storage on this is about 128 gigs, so you kind of have a lot of storage there to start with. But if you wanted to use a micro SD card, you can. You got some audio here. You also have, of course, for if you got a neck strap, you can do that. You've got custom buttons down here, the C1 and C2. And again, I think I may or may not covered this yet, but you do have about 4 hours of use that you can get out of the built-in batteries for this controller. And then this is kind of your traditional. You've got these here as well as the buttons on here as well. Your antennas, they don't fold up. They essentially just fold down, and that's pretty much what you're dealing with. They just kind of hang like that. So, but that's kind of nice too, having that there. The weight on this obviously is going to be a little bit more because probably the batteries, not to mention the larger screen. But yeah, I really like this. I'm looking at getting a screen cover just mainly to protect the screen, because if I take this out and carrying it around, I wanted to get something to kind of protect that. So I did find something for that. Let me see if there's anything else I want to cover on this. Again, the power standby is there for quick start along for both the drone and the controller itself. Let me power this off. Oh yeah, the power, if you think about it, where's my power button? Here it is. So when you're looking at this, I think this is where this is where the power button is. And there you go. So yeah, now the power button's right here. I was trying to look for it all over the place, but there it is. So there you have it. This is the new RC2 Pro or RC Pro 2 controller. It's fantastic. I look forward to trying this out with the drone. Now, let's talk about a few things here. Why buy it now? So what I'm looking at right now about this drone and any DJI drone for that matter, it's becoming more and more challenging to find these drones. And though they stopped selling in the US, they being DJI, you can still buy this through different places. And I did my research, and here's the key. Make sure you do your homework. Look at who the person is that's selling it. Look at where it's coming from. Set some expectations on the delivery, because some can take a while. I got one example. I'm looking at the Mavic, the Mini 5 Pro, and it's coming from Hong Kong. It's taken a while. And I found out that there was a kind of a charge for delivery that was additional after paying for the drone, although the price was really low. I really found a pretty good deal. And we'll cover that on another video. But there was a fee there, but it was only like $23. It wasn't really terrible, but keep in mind there are things like that that you have to look at. So you can buy this, you can look around, you can look at eBay. I did look at eBay. Things I saw there was, one, with eBay, you've got your money back guarantee with eBay, which is kind of a nice thing. You don't get a warranty. It does come for the most part from Hong Kong or Japan. And I think the lower price ones were from Japan. So again, but look at delivery, and also keep in mind, that you will probably be paying for essentially for import fees, and they are noted in a blue stripe on the eBay website. As you're looking, you're going to see that. Now, another place I did my research and looked for was at Newegg. Newegg was another place I looked at it. You do have a money back guarantee through them, but it does come from Hong Kong, and yes, it does take a while to get that. You do find them at lower price, which is kind of nice. Again, it does take a bit longer to ship, and you're probably going to pay for some import fees along the way, but not, at least for a smaller drone, I don't think it's bad. For this one, it can be, I've seen some cases up to $415, not with Newegg, but with like eBay, for example. So that's the kind of things you have to keep in mind. Even though the price might be lower, take into account the import fees. Another place that I look for that I got this from was through Amazon. And I debated because yes, that's one of the places where the price tends to be a lot higher. Although you do get money back guarantee, and yes, you do have the Amazon warranty, which is really for all their products. You're paying like monthly, like $16 or something to that effect, but it does cover up to $5,000. And I thought, well, okay, at least I got this for this. It covers mechanical, and I asked them about what about if it's a drone and it dropped from the sky for some reason, let's say a propeller drop, and they mentioned that it is, if it is a mechanical thing, it is covered. So we'll have to see. But it is some form of warranty, so I think that's a good thing. Will it get you a new one? Probably not likely. More than likely, at least you get to recoup the money and look for another one. Like anything, do your research, talk to the insurance or the warranty companies. Like in this case, I believe it was Assyrian. And again, this was Amazon. Now, the good thing about Amazon is you can get this, like I got this within a week, and there was no import fees or anything. Of course, it's already wrapped into the price of the drone. I mean, it was definitely, I think, a little bit on the too much side, but again, Amazon, money back guarantee, warranty, yes. You know, if there was some issue with getting the drone, at least you know you can get your money back. What is the urgency of buying this today? Well, come December 23rd, I'm thinking, from what I'm hearing, is there will be even more restrictions that'll be coming into play, possibly, and not just on the drone, but probably even on the parts. There might be some additional FAA things that will come into play. That is why I was looking for the Mavic 4 Pro. Should you buy one? You know, that's one of those things that's something you have to decide. How much you want to pay is up to you to decide, knowing the fact that probably getting parts will be a challenge. You know, that's something you have to think about. But like I said, in my case, I wanted to get it, and I know the fact that, you know, I can't get the refresh thing from DJI. I won't be able to send it off to get it repaired, but I can look locally. Hopefully, along the way, there'll be somewhere I can look at locally, or even somewhere I can ship it to have somebody service it should something happen. But there's enough technology here to protect your drone. I'm not out to do funky stuff with this. I'm going to treat it for what it is. It is a professional camera with wings, essentially. So I've got to protect this investment. Don't forget to click on the like for me, and please subscribe. It does help with my videos on YouTube. And I hope this helps a little bit if you're trying to decide on this. And thanks for watching this video, and have a good day.